you know, this is a closing chapter of everything that's happened, that has been going on. I'm only gonna say it once and for the final time.
Double on my whip, ice game on 6, swag game on 8, feeling untouchable in this empire.
What is up, guys? I'm Miss Mercè with a dash, and I'm back with another video. And I'm not gonna take too long and do my intro and all of that because this is a very, I don't even know how to explain this video, but just pay attention, listen, because I'm only gonna say it once and for the final time, because I'm not gonna dwell on this anymore. You know, this is a closing chapter of everything that's happened, that has been going on, X, Y, and Z. So moving forward after this video is like, leave all of that where it's at, okay? Like, it is what it is, and just leave it alone. I'm just gonna address, if not everything, then really just like the questions that y'all are asking. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the questions that y'all are asking will go in depth into, you know, what really needs to be said or known, whatever. So before we get started, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into the Q&A. Do you feel like even if you didn't win the boot camp, it was still a great opportunity? Yes, I feel like even though I did not win, it was definitely a great opportunity. Like being around everyone, not just the girls, but like Carmen and Miss Cat and like, you know, Ebony and production, like just being in that atmosphere itself was like, yo, like this is a great opportunity to be in the presence of, you know, those people and other YouTubers as well. So I definitely think it was a great opportunity, a learning experience, all of that. Do you think you're gonna go on any boot camp again? I mean, yeah, like I'm open to the idea of doing, you know, more stuff like this. I feel like I need more of a rundown of like what's gonna happen, you know, but then again, that might have been my fault because when we did sign our NDA, I don't think a lot of us read it or really like understood everything. So I'm pretty sure it was probably somewhere in the fine print that stated like, you know, this would be reality TV, or this would be a little, you know what I'm saying, more than what we were thinking. So I think just moving forward into the next situation, I would want more of a rundown, or I would take more precaution and like, you know, really pay more attention, read more type of situation. But I'm definitely open to the idea. Do you think that the boot camp impacted your life? I definitely think the boot camp impacted my life in many different ways. I just think I learned more about myself, definitely. I learned more about just people in general. I learned more about like the YouTube world, the YouTube life, you know, like production life, like being on set life, like reality life. Like I think it impacted me in a way of teaching and showing and like learning, you know. How'd you get picked for Carmen'S boot camp? So we filled out the application, we sent in what they requested of us, our like Instagram, YouTube, short video, and from there it was like 50 of us that got selected, and that was like the semifinals. And if you go back to Carmen's page, you're gonna see she had us do a couple challenges here and there, and from there, you know, Carmen selected who she wanted to. I think when she selected me, she kept in mind that she did see me in Miami, and it's like she probably felt like, you know, I'm a hard worker and stuff like that, and she wants to see like what I can bring to the table, you know. Just my assumption of why she probably picked me as the 15. What was it like during the boot camp? During the boot camp, it was hectic. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of like, you know, it was a lot of confusion, I would say, like not knowing what you should and shouldn't do, and like trying to figure out trying to figure out how to be yourself without being somebody that you're not, but then being just enough for like to get noticed. And like, you know, it was a lot of like nervousness, and it was crazy. It was crazy. It was fun though. You know, it was a lot of challenging moments. It was really like a roller coaster. It was just up and down, like, you know. Going back, would you do the boot camp knowing what you know now, or do a house like Queen Naja, Trey, Taylor Girls, etc.? Knowing what I know now, I would go back and do it, because I would take that information and like use it in a sense to my advantage, to know like, okay, be on your P's and Q's. Not everything is what it seems. Don't get too friendly. Like, just like focus on yourself and not be like, I don't want to say not be yourself, but not be so vulnerable, you know. Just like just focus on the competition, and like have that in your like, you know, rear view, like right in front of you, and not focus on anything else. Like, nobody else matters, nothing else matters except this competition, if that makes sense. Were you fake crying on the show, episode 5? Some people are saying it was fake. I can't fake cry. It's like, it's not in me. I can't fake cry. If I cry, I cry. And that's why it looks the way it looks, because when I cry, I cry. How do you feel about going home? I made a video about it, so go check that out. How long ago was this boot camp recorded? The boot camp was in October. It was October of 2020, like October 8th or something like that. Why y'all didn't say anything back to Kat while she was fussing at y'all? I think in the moment of it, it's like you're not about to yell back, because you're here for 10K. You gotta do what you gotta do. So it's like, suck it up and let's go, you know. And then you gotta think about it. The name of the show is Carmen'S Boot Camp. Like, that's a very boot camp like thing, you know. Like, my dad is in the army, and I already know he used to be a drill sergeant, and when I came to work with him, sometimes I just be looking like, yo, it could not be me, because he yelling at these people like they his kids. I'm talking about in their face like this. Like, what? Are you serious? So when she started doing it, in a sense, I'm like, it's boot camp. All right, like, okay, you feel me? It's just when she kept going and brought it to the circle and all that, I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie at this point, you know. But check out my video for episode 5, and you can see how I felt and all that. Are you and JJ still cool? I'm gonna just be honest here, because like I said, this is my last time talking about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of getting asked it. I'm tired of a lot of it. If we're being very, very technical here, I know everybody's saying, oh, I'm cool, all the CBC girls, oh, everybody's okay, da da da. Nah. Me and JJ are not friends. So the word cool, I feel like kind of gets associated with like friends, and it's like, we're not friends, okay? Long story short, JJ felt a way about something that happened. I tried to explain myself. She wouldn't give me the time or day. Next thing I know, I'm blocked. So that's the end of it. Do you think Carmen and Major Cat have favorites? I did not think they had favorites until they said they had a favorite, or kind of like showed that they might have a favorite. I mean, it's clear as day. Carmen said JJ was her favorite. The clip is there. Like, you know, I'm not putting words in her mouth. I'm just saying what she told us. So in my opinion, yeah, her favorite was JJ, because that's what she said. When it came to Major Cat, in my opinion, her favorite was Braids, because that's what she said. Who do you think should have gotten eliminated? I feel like I always say this, because those were valid reasons when it came to a competition as to why this person should get eliminated, and I still think it's a valid reason as to why she should have got eliminated. I'm always going to tell you guys that Tardy should have been eliminated because of work ethic, you know. When the whole competition started, it was a lot of, you know, stay consistent, make sure you're posting, make sure you're doing that, X, Y, and Z, right? So in the first cuts, it's like, okay, a lot of people got taken out because of not posting along with other things, right? And yeah, in that moment, she should have been one of those people because the posting wasn't up to par, okay? Now, when you move on and it's like she tells you, listen, I'm putting my spot on the line because if I don't post these 4 videos, then X, Y, and Z, then it's like, all right, do that then, you know? And when the time comes and that it doesn't work out, it's like, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but the excuses should have ended here. My only thing about why she should have been eliminated is because of those excuses or the work ethic. That's it. It wasn't on no, I think I'm better than her. Oh, I'm jealous of her. Oh, I don't like her. It was never that. And in episode 4 as well, it's like, I understand the type of person you are, but you have to understand the type of person you are as well. And you can't come in everyone's video and just, you know, be the brightest thing in the room when you know it's somebody else's video. You have to work on that side of yourself of knowing when to let somebody else have their moment and when you should have your moment, you know? It's nothing very personal against her. What was your favorite part on being on Carmen'S Bootcamp? I think one of my favorite parts about being on the bootcamp was when we weren't doing challenges and when it wasn't like all the cameras in our face, we was actually able to sit and talk to Carmen or like talk to Miss Cat or talk to Kiana J or talk to Ebony. Like, just the moment of being able to be in the space and have a one-on-one or a conversation and not have to feel like, okay, the camera's on, let me watch what I say, let me watch what I do, let me like try to be perfect, you know what I'm saying? What qualities do you think a person needs to have in order to be on Carmen'S Bootcamp? The qualities that I would say you need are to definitely be yourself, but project yourself more, show it more. Don't think that you're going to have the time for them to see who you are. Like, no, you literally have like a split second to kind of show who you are and hope that they continue to like you and want to keep you forward. And, you know, like, go hard in the challenges. Know that everything is not what it seems. Stay on your P's and Q's. Like, you know, just like, remember that it is a competition. It is a show. What's your honest answer to why you think you got eliminated? I think I got eliminated, honestly. It wasn't just about, you know, I'm cocky or I don't smile enough, or, you know, I'm a tomboy. I'm a fold under pressure. You know, I care too much about people's opinions. I think it was also that I just was not what they were looking for. I didn't have the look. I didn't have the personality. I couldn't talk the way they wanted me to talk. It's just not what they were looking for. That's it. It's not that anything is wrong with me. It's just, it's not what they were looking for. It's like going to the store and you know that, okay, I'm here to look for an outfit for a wedding, right? You know what it is you're looking for. You just have something in your head and you're like, I know how I want to look at this wedding, and that's what you're basing everything that you're looking at off of. Are you cool with the other girls of CBC? Okay, I'm just gonna state it like this. I'm just gonna say who I talk to, associate with, and are friends with. Jazzery, which is Squat Girl. Shamara, which is Godly. Honey, which is Blondie. Genesis, which is Blue Eyes. Aaron, which is number something that wasn't able to come to the boot camp. Morgan, which is Momo. Undercover, which is Jakari. ZZ, which is ZZ. Sammy, which is New York. Shorty, which is Leontra, Tardy, which is Dariana. Again, I said I talk to, check up on, associate with, friends with, right? So all the people I just named are one of, if not all of the 4. What was it like having all those cameras in your face? It was a little frustrating. It was a little annoying. It's something that you have to get used to. Like, you don't have a choice, you know? Because at times, like, it's one thing for you to have the camera and you're holding it up and you see your angles and how you look and stuff like that. It's another thing to know that somebody else is recording you and you don't really know what you look like, you know? Also, for me, it's always just been a little bit uncomfortable though, like with the camera just in my face when it's not me doing it. Like, even as I'm recording this and I'm looking into the camera, it's a little like, you know, weird, but it was just something to get used to. And it was like kind of feeling like you didn't have any privacy, like you couldn't really talk for real because God forbid you say something and then it's like they're gonna leave that in there and you might look away and it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like at the same time walking on eggshells sometimes, because it's like some things that you want to just keep like private as you're talking to somebody or whatever, you kind of got to worry like, well, are the cameras around? You know what I'm saying? It was a little like, when can I have a little bit of my own time? Sometimes. This is not a question, but I just wanted to address it so that people understand what happened, and so that moving forward, it's like I don't have to keep talking about this and people don't have to keep asking, because it's right here for you to listen to and watch and understand. But the whole situation with the reunion, when I attacked Tardy, people were saying I attacked Tardy and I was saying crazy stuff, whatever. I'm gonna explain that. So they asked me, what did you think about the roommate selection or your roommates, right? And what I started to say was starting to sound bad, but had I been able to finish my sentence, you guys would have understood what I was trying to say. I was not trying to comfort Tardy, because that's why when I started, I was like, well, I don't want to say like, and I'm like, because I was trying to figure out how to say it without it sounding crazy. And it still sounded crazy, but I didn't get to finish getting my point across because Tardy interrupted me as I was speaking. So let me tell you guys what it was. They asked us what did we think about our roommates, and the point I was trying to make, because I started to say like I was confused, I didn't get it. But the point I was getting to is I wanted to know if Carmen and Kat had a strategy as to how they set up the roommates, because I'm like, I'm not questioning having to be in the room with her, but I'm just questioning like, okay, did they see something in the both of us as to why they put us together? Like, did they see a similarity and they put us together? Like, you know, just not just thinking about myself, but everyone else. Like, okay, well, this person was in the room together. How did they come up with that tactic? Well, Honey had a room to herself. Why did they feel like she should get a room by herself? Like, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just, I'm trying to like think and be in the minds of Carmen and Kat. Like, how did they try to put everybody as roommates? Did they have a certain method to why they put certain people with people? Just wondering, just thinking, you get what I'm saying? Because I felt like, okay, Tardy's not necessarily my friend. So, okay, like, you know, because I also noticed like, well, they didn't put braces and braids together, and I felt like they were really cool. So it's like, are they trying to separate us in a sense, or like, how did they strategize it, if they strategized it? But I did not get to finish my point. And the reason why I was going back and forth with Tardy yelling is because I don't like it when somebody just kind of cuts me off and it's like, now you're yelling at me. Now I feel like I have to defend myself, which is what I'm going to do, you know? And I don't like when you start lying, and that's what started to happen, you know? It was said that I texted her asking, are we cool? When that's not what the message said. The message said, do we have something that we need to talk about? And that's why I was getting furious too, because I'm like, okay, you're not about to play with me, you know? But I just want you guys to know that we had a conversation after the reunion about that whole thing. So don't take this and go like out of proportion with this, guys. The reunion part 4 just ended, and I am answering the last bit of questions because I felt like since reunion wasn't done, people probably still had questions to ask. So this is like a part 2 of the Q&A, the rest of it, okay? Was the drama fake? I'm going to say that not all of the drama was fake. Some things were started, as you guys can see, like the bus situation. You know, Kat told Braids to do that, and then it kind of turned into a real drama. So some things were, I guess the word was like planted there or initiated, and you know, some things turned out to just start being real. Do you think production played a role in the manipulation? I basically just answered it with the first question about if the drama was fake. So they had a role in, like, you know, trying to set up certain things. But yeah. Do you like Tardy? Personality wise, great person, very beautiful, very creative, very outgoing, all of that. It's just certain, I don't even know what the word is, but like all of the not knowing, like I told her on the reunion, I don't like not knowing, like, are we cool, are we not cool, like that feeling amongst other, like with you know, going back and telling somebody this or not, like I don't like all that. So I just chose to distance myself. Why did you target Tardy all of a sudden? Because other girls was doing it. So I never was trying to purposely target her or purposely bully her. It just so happened that watching it on the episode, it looks exactly like, you know, we were targeting her and bullying her. I honestly don't think that was any of our intentions at all, you know, especially speaking for myself. I was not trying to do that in no shape or form. I think it just ended up looking like that, but everybody had their piece of something that they wanted to say, and I think that it probably wasn't the time to say what we wanted to say, but we were all trying to, you know, we were all trying to make our point, and it probably wasn't the best time to make our point because all of our points was on one person, you know. And I am gonna say that I definitely was there, like agreeing with a lot of things. Like, you know, somebody would say something, I would know it's true, and I'm like, exactly, yeah, like da 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 da. And that added on to it was not good at all. You know, I should have just let that person talk about what they were talking about, and just, you know, when it comes time for me to talk about what I want to talk about. But us doing that, it definitely was bullying, and we definitely was like ganging up on her, but it was all unintentional, you know. When you're in the moment, you're just worried about trying to get your 2 cents and not really thinking about how this person is, you know, kind of like picking at this person, and you about to do the same thing and just pick at this person too. You know, when you get a chance to sit back and rewatch it, it's like, damn, we was jumping on this girl, like we was just you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, that's messed up. Keep in mind, guys, that a lot of things you guys don't see. So you guys remember, this was 6 months ago, however long ago. You don't know what has transpired from then till now. You don't know what happened after the reunion, you know. So a lot of people that you were thinking like, oh, are most likely cool with this person and that person. So it's like, you feel me? Don't get too heated up in what's happening as if it's your life, because it's not your life, guys. What was your favorite challenge you did on CBC? Ooh, I think my favorite challenge, okay, actually I have more than one. I like tug of war, I like the obstacle course, and I like the video challenge. Yeah, I really like those. I told you guys before, like I like doing physical activities, working out and stuff like that. So I was pumped to get like my adrenaline rushing, you know, running up and down and all that stuff. Do you think Carmen made the challenges unfair? I don't think she necessarily made all of them unfair. I think the only one that was unfair was the eating contest and the flip the tire and do the push-ups contest, because in the eating contest, as you can see, some people had smaller portions than like another person, and I felt like everybody should have had like the same size portion of whatever it is they were gonna eat, you know, because really think about it, you're giving us 10 minutes to eat all these things, right? One person has a pig heart and a pig ear. It's like, You can eat that in 10 minutes, you know, but you have a whole pig head. Are you serious? You have a whole duck. Are you serious? You know, like, maybe if you had a piece of the duck or like a piece of the pig head, like, all right, cool, but nobody's gonna finish that in 10 minutes, bro. How long after the show was the reunion recorded? The show was October, the reunion was November. So yeah, like a good month apart. How do you feel about the reunion and how things are playing out? I feel like the reunion was going good and then it went completely left, upside down, all around, like a roller coaster, and it just got out of control. I'm not gonna lie, being there in the moment, I felt very agitated for multiple reasons. It was thinking about the whole thing that happened at the airport, which the airport situation was, you know, we were there and we were all like on the sidelines and braces, or, you know, Hannah was in line and then Tardy came behind her and we're kind of sitting here, and I forgot who pointed it out. It was either me or somebody else that pointed it out, and I'm just like looking like, are we gonna say anything? Like, what's going on type thing, and kind of people was in their own world, and I'm like, well, I don't want it to kind of look awkward. I don't want her to just be there and then it just like we don't ever say anything. So I'm gonna go over there and pretend like I don't see her, and then pretend like I seen her because I got in line, you know. And when I got there, she kind of beat me to the punch. To back up, I texted in the group chat and so that Hannah could look at the phone like, hey, you know, Tardy's behind you, right? And she's like, oh, okay, and just kind of left it there. I don't remember her responding, but then I walked over there, you know, hoping that I could kind of like turn and see her and then say, hey, to like break the ice, because I felt uncomfortable, you know. I felt like, don't get me wrong, I understand everybody else was, you know, everybody else had the right to feel how they felt, because even before the airport, it was a situation of her dropping a paragraph in the group chat, kind of, you know, was like, y'all bitches talking shit and da-da-da-da, and yeah, and then left the group chat. So I understand that everybody's still on that vibe of like, well, you sent that message, I don't really know how to feel about you right now in this moment, seeing you in person. I get it. I just at the same time felt like I think we could still say, hey. So I went over there to try to break the ice, and then Tardy beat me to it. She's like, is that 305? And I was like, oh, hey girl, what's up, you know. So it was like the message, the airport thing, her telling whoever she told that I gotta bring my man because I feel like, you know, these girls gonna try to fight me or something, and it's like I'm not going for it, you know. But then she explained at the reunion like, yeah, I made him come because that's the only person that can calm me down, you know. It's just like all of that going into there, you know. I was already agitated, and then I feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to talk about the circle and explain why I was crying, because I know these people looking at me like, you know, what the hell. And then, you know, getting more frustrated that now they're on the sideline calling us bullies, and I'm like, you had me fucked up, what are you talking about? But like I said, looking back at it, I see how it looks, I get it, and I'm like, damn, we definitely do look like bullies, and it was very, very, very much unintentional, you know. After watching it, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I texted Tardy and told her, yo, I apologize for my behavior and how I may have contributed and added into that, because that's a fucked up situation. I do think that things that were said didn't have to be said, and yeah, that's how I feel about the reunion. So with that being said, those are all of the final questions. Like I said in the beginning of my first little part of the questions thing, I'm leaving it right here. Don't ask me nothing else. This is it. The only time I will address anything is if I hear my name in anything from anyone else for me to address. But other than that, like, y'all come in and asking me questions and concerns. This is why I made the video. I'm over it. Wash my hands. All right, cool. Let's move on and let's get into the, you know, the content. CBC is done. You know, Bootcamp is done. Reunion is done. All the drama and stuff that came with it. Let's go ahead and leave that right there. And it's up, and it's up, and it's stuck. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you when I see you in the next video. Peace.
Look, I'm a killer, a born sinner. I know gorillas, they squeeze bananas, but he beats for dinner. That's an oxymoron. I stopped messing with some niggas morons.